Hey guys, hope you're doing well. When it comes to your daily driver, finding practical mods isn't always the easiest thing to do, and it's usually because most of these vehicles from the factory are already made to be pretty practical. But there's definitely ways to make them better. One that comes to mind pretty easily is usually just aftermarket headlights or just aftermarket bulbs to help with visibility. In this collection of parts here in the garage, I just picked up two mods that are going to add a ton of practicality to this car and really help out in the side of maintenance. So with your daily driver, the most common aspect of maintenance is definitely going to be oil changes. And whether you do it yourself or take it somewhere to get done, they're pretty easy as is, but we're going to make them even easier. First up, we have a set of Ceda jacking rails I got from jegs.com. These make it so that rather than looking for a specific point to jack up your car, this entire rail can be used as a jacking point. Now the install for these is pretty easy. It's really just 4 bolts, as you can see right here. Each end has a hole. You're basically just securing it to the underside of the vehicle. So there are a few places you can buy these things. I got them from Jegs specifically because Jegs had the best deal. So these were listed at $199 on the dot. But at Jegs, you can actually get a 10% discount if you go over $200. So I bought this hat for $1, meaning that the total was $200 to apply that 10% discount, bringing the price down to $180 plus free shipping. So pretty good deal. Now our second mod is this aftermarket under tray splash shield. This thing has a few different names. This is basically the piece of plastic that protects the underside of your vehicle. Now, the factory one, if you're doing an oil change, you have to remove the entire piece, which it's not difficult, but definitely takes more time than it needs to. The really cool thing about this piece is it has removable sections, so all you need is an Allen key and you'll have access to the drain plug, oil filter, making the entire process super simple. So this piece does come with hardware. As you can see, we have a bag right here. And then along the perimeter, you can see the mounting points. And both this under panel as well as the jacking rails will fit all 2013 plus Ford Fusions, which is awesome to know. The easy way to find the orientation of the jacking rails is by the mounting points. There's one that's in line with the rail, that's the front, and there's one that goes off to the side, that's the rear. And you can tell left versus right as the mounting point that goes off to the side is meant to point towards the center of the car. From there, when you start positioning it, you're looking for the mounting points to line up with these larger oval holes, and once that checks out, we are ready to get the hardware. The hardware is basically a nut on a bolt with these metal extensions. You're going to remove the nut, and you'll notice the metal extensions make this piece a good bit larger than the oval opening. This is so that once it's in there, there's no risk of it sliding out, even if it's turning as you're securing the bolt. You just line it up, and I found it helps to angle the rail so that the bolt will stop turning and you can get it going a little easier. We're not going to secure it entirely just yet. We want to leave it loose so we can start on the other side. These are 15mm bolts, by the way, and you're just going to repeat the process on the other rail. There she goes. The under panel is going to take a little bit more effort, but it's really only because it's directly in the center underneath the vehicle, so you really got to squeeze in there. But the really good thing is that the mounting points actually line up with the factory mounting points, so you can very simply remove the factory hardware and swap the new piece, and then from there just resecure all the hardware. You're basically good to go. 2 tips that will definitely help is to 1, orient the piece before you drag it underneath the vehicle, because moving it around under there is a little difficult. And 2, removing the removable panels will definitely help visualize the install, as well as ensure you're positioning everything correctly. Whether you do oil changes yourself or take it somewhere to get done, these 2 mods will definitely help streamline the process. And the install for both of these pieces is very simple, especially the jacking rails. You could probably get one of these things installed in like less than 10 minutes. It's really just, the timing was spent in finding the correct socket, but we're able to get that going thanks to my dad, so big shout out to him. And then the under panel, you just got to squeeze in there, remove the factory one, very similar to an oil change, and just swap it out. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Here's one last look of the jacking rail, and I'll see you guys in the next one.